sure you must be getting sick of me by now, but I just want to keep this ball rolling. And today I wanted to structure, well, not really structure, but just talk about something a bit differently. In this video, maybe this will help you out with some like energy issues, or just like feeling like you're not feeling nourished when you eat, or you're always hungry. And these foods are like very nutrient dense. So what I'm going to talk about is like uh, what I've written here is nutrient dense foods to get you dense. Now, dense might have like a negative connotation, but the dense I'm talking about is like uh, you can be like big and fat, but if you're dense, you slap yourself, or you just like solid, just dense, if that makes sense. But yeah, just some foods that you can add to your diet, or try and base your diet off. As it starts to rain, we're not going to stop because I will need to get this video done. Nutrient dense foods, which probably will help build muscle, because they'll keep you satiated and nourished and all that good stuff. A lot of this stuff may be a bit alternative, or you might question why that is, but I'll just get to it, eh? I've kind of dropped it down a little bit, but I still get raw milk into my diet. It's a lot of the homogenized milk and pasteurized milk has a lot of the bacteria heated out of it, and people say it's to keep you from getting sick, but I think it's shown that people very rarely get sick from raw milk, and all the bacteria is usually beneficial. I think there's been one person that's died from drinking the bacteria from milk, and that was probably just not a very sanitary farmer or something. I mean, I don't know the issues, but potentially a very unsanitary farmer just did it with dirty hands or something, and the person died from that, which is very unfortunate. And I not saying that isn't a bad thing, but I think raw milk has been blown out of proportion in how dangerous it is, because I've drunk plenty, and I've definitely put on weight from it, but I just overindulged in it. But I think in moderation, which is what I kind of have to learn myself, is that raw milk can definitely be beneficial. And it's full of the saturated fat, which is actually healthy for hormone production, and just general well-being and feeling nourished and satiated. The next one is eggs. Eggs are a great source of protein. They're actually they're similar to milk in the way they have everything you pretty much need in the way of protein, fats, and a little bit of carb. Maybe not that much carb, but they're very nutrient dense as well. I try to source mine free range, so they're not like the cage fed eggs or cage kept chickens, which is pretty not good, not very ethical at all for the chickens. But yeah, free range, organic. And another thing I've learned about recently is that if they're fed soy or grain, that's not so great for the egg quality either. Another one here is beef. You don't have to add all of these things. These are just ideas for you if you kind of always feel hungry. And just, obviously if you ate all of this every day, it'd be pretty expensive, and it'd be a lot. But these are just some ideas. So grass-fed beef. Sustainably sourced is my kind of philosophy on how we should buy our food. It's very convenient to buy the cheaper stuff, but if you're getting ethically sourced stuff, the quality is usually better. It's more expensive, but I think if as a whole, if we put more money into ethically sourced foods, and just support regenerative farming, it'll just be a great boon for society, because the way we're doing it now is very unsustainable and definitely needs to be looked at. I put here maple syrup and honey. These are quite obviously high in sugar, but maple syrup is actually very high in magnesium, and it's a good source of magnesium, and it's easily absorbable, and not all sugar is bad. I think if you did want something sweet, a bit of maple syrup or honey is a good way to kind of fix that craving, instead of just putting processed bleached sugar into your drinks or coffee or whatever you want to drink. Honey is also actually antimicrobial, so it's quite protective. I put here salmon as well. Salmon's very like high in the good fats, omega-3s, and I think omega-9s as well. I feel really good, like my brain just feels really good when I eat salmon. Maybe I should eat some more salmon. Maybe that's why my brain's not functioning too well today. But salmon's great. I source mine from, where's it from? Alaska, and it's wild caught. So it's pretty expensive here in Australia. So I might have to move to Alaska soon and just start eating that stuff because I feel great on salmon. Next one is, another one I feel great on is macadamias. So pretty much all these foods here are quite high in fat. And you might be saying, hey, this is kind of very high fat food. Won't this make me fat? I mean, potentially yes, if you overindulge. But the idea is that if you eat these foods, they should satiate you and kind of help you manage your cravings if you do have that. But if you want to put on weight and like, even build muscle or just kind of just feel better, like more balanced, I guess. Because like fat's been kind of demonized a lot in recent times, and I definitely don't think that's the issue. Well, actually, certain types of fat, like it's called polyunsaturated fatty acids, or PUFAs for short, which you can be found in like seed oils and vegetable oils, and they can be pretty bad because our body actually can't digest canola oil or any seed oil like that because our body just doesn't like take it in as a food, and I think it just gets stored in our tissue, and we have to like slowly detox it if it ever does come out. But yeah, PUFAs, like if you don't have to take my word for it, you can do your own research, but polyunsaturated fatty acids are probably really good to avoid if you can. So canola oil, vegetable oils, which takes me to my next thing, which is coconut oil, which is high in I think it's linolenic acid, which is good for something, I forget, but it's full of monounsaturated fatty acids, which are digestible by the body, and I think it just tastes really good. So I do the main amount of cooking in coconut oil, which is great. Blueberries, I put them here. They're high in antioxidants. They're actually a pretty amazing berry in general. I try and source wild ones from Alaska as well. Pretty expensive, but definitely worth the price. I should have done more research on blueberries because they're pretty cool. But yeah, they're another one to add. Gelatin and bone broth. So I've been making some gummies recently. I kind of stopped for a while, but it's this really easy to make. All you have to do is heat up like some juice, and then you bloom the gelatin, which is just adding like a tiny bit of water to however much gelatin you want to use, and then that just gets it ready to bloom, and then it'll set a lot better if you do that. Really easy to make gummies. All you need is like gelatin, juice, a pan, a stove, and something to set it in, and that's pretty much all you need. And that's full of collagen. So collagen helps us with our skin, like repairs our skin a bit, and if you're worried about your skin, that's a good way to start. It's pretty much like a building block of our bodies, collagen, so very important. And then bone broth also is under that category of high in collagen, and a good source of glycine too. Actually, they both are, and glycine's good for like sleep. Very beneficial, both these things. Whenever I have, especially bone broth, you can make it yourself. All you need is like some meat bones or chicken carcass. You just put that in the slow cooker, cover it in water, a bit of salt. You can add herbs if you want. Great way to get some protein, like easily absorbable protein. Great way to get some extra protein in. Goat's cheese is another one. It's actually quite high in copper, and goat's milk is more easily absorbed than cow's milk for humans. So maybe a better alternative if you are lactose intolerant. The one thing is it's quite expensive if you want to get it raw. So I think it was like $20 for a litre, so I haven't been buying that recently. Definitely not that rich. And then liver. So liver probably sounds a bit gross, but it's very, very nutrient dense. Very high in, what's high in iron, protein, high in copper, a lot of B12 in there too. If you can get past the taste, it's definitely worth trying out, just because it's probably one of the top nutrient dense foods in there. Definitely would recommend it if you can. And then I've got some supplements here too. One of them is a free supplement you can get pretty much most days, even when it's like cloudy like it is today, and that's sunlight. Sunlight helps your brain produce melanin, and so melanin is like the protective thing we need for like to protect our skin, right? Because I think one of the reasons why we get so much skin cancer these days is because we're kind of disconnecting from the natural cycle of things, as in like we're wearing shoes on our feet all the time, and like your feet actually like are meant to be on the ground like probably most like all day, but really that's not realistic in this world, just to get the negative discharge. But also like our bare skin is meant to be touched by the sun, because that we have receptors on our skin that absorb the light, and that kind of just tells us what time of day it is, and like will help with our circadian rhythm, and then like obviously sleep after that. I hope I'm not rambling too much. Hopefully this makes sense. But yeah, very important to get sunlight first thing in the morning. If you wake up, just get some sunlight on your skin, and don't look directly into the sun, but like just get sunlight on your eyes, and that usually gets your day started well. There's one here called Shilajit, Shilajit. It's full of fulvic acid, and it's like a full mineral spectrum. This stuff is apparently from like the Himalayas or like mountains in Siberia. It's like a resin. It doesn't taste very nice. There's some thunder, but yeah, it's like I notice a big difference on Shilajit, and it's definitely like calming to the nervous system, and like if you've got any nutrient deficiencies, might be worth checking that out. Vitamin E is a great one. It's pretty much like a healing vitamin almost, I guess you could say. And it actually helps with detoxing the polyunsaturated fatty acids, like the stuff that we don't break down in our body. So it's a great detoxer, good for the skin. You can actually apply it on your skin topically, and yeah, it's just can't really go wrong with vitamin E. And we're probably pretty deficient in vitamin E these days due to the stresses of our life. Another great one is cod liver oil. So cod liver oil is very high in vitamin A. It has a lot of like it's high in omega fatty acids as well, and just really good for brain health. And I notice a difference when I'm on cod liver oil. So casein isn't one I haven't really experimented with, but I've kind of looked into it. I have had it before, but apparently casein is good to have before bed. Like you can buy casein powder, which is kind of like protein powder almost. But it's been shown to potentially lower your parathyroid hormone, and parathyroid hormone is related to excess stress. So if you feel like you're super stressed out, maybe just try a bit of casein at night and see if that helps. I could literally go on for like hours and hours with this stuff. I find it pretty interesting, but I think I'll keep it there. I don't know if I said orange juice, but orange juice for vitamin C. And then I don't think I really talked about vegetables, but the vegetables I like, a bit of leafy green just for like foliage, is kale. Just pretty simple with the vegetables. A lot of them are sprayed pretty heavily, so unless you can afford organic, then maybe just avoid them for now and just get these nutrient-dense foods and just see how you feel. You don't have to do it forever. If it doesn't work for you, then that's fine. But I feel like when I'm feeling best in my life is when I'm like kind of basing my life off these foods. I just gotta manage it better and not overindulge, because it's pretty easy to do so. But yeah, that'll do for now. Hopefully you guys get something out of it, or you get something out of it. Hey, bird. But yeah, I think we've beat the storm, so I'll leave it at that. Hope you have a great day or night. Namaste.